White House release published Thursday, July 24, 2025, Ending Crime and Disorder on America's Streets. The president has signed an executive order to address rising crime and disorder linked to homelessness in American cities. The order notes that record numbers of people are living on the streets, many with drug addiction or mental health conditions. Previous programs are described as ineffective at solving these root issues. Federal agencies are now directed to support civil commitment for people with mental illness who pose risks or cannot care for themselves. The Attorney General and Secretary of Health and Human Services will seek to remove legal barriers to civil commitment and help states adopt flexible standards for institutional treatment. Federal grants may be prioritized for states and cities that enforce bans on open drug use, urban camping, loitering, and squatting. Grants may also favor areas that move at-risk individuals into treatment centers or comply with sex offender registration rules for homeless individuals. The Attorney General is instructed to ensure homeless individuals arrested for federal crimes are evaluated for civil commitment if sexually dangerous, support encampment removal where public safety is at risk, and prevent the release of detainees with serious mental illness due to lack of facility space. Federal resources will shift toward evidence-based substance abuse and mental health programs, moving away from harm reduction efforts that do not reduce drug use. Technical help will be provided to move people off the streets and into private housing and support networks. The order calls for more accountability in homelessness programs. It ends support for housing first policies that do not prioritize treatment or recovery. It broadens competition among grant applicants and raises standards for reducing homelessness and increasing public safety. Recipients of federal housing aid may be required to ensure participants with substance use disorder or mental illness receive treatment as a condition of participation. The Attorney General will review whether recipients of federal housing or homelessness aid are violating federal law by operating drug injection sites, distributing drug paraphernalia, or allowing illegal drug use or distribution on their property. Civil or criminal actions may be taken if needed. The Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, working with the Attorney General, will also review these recipients for violations of program terms and may freeze their assistance if necessary. The Secretary of Housing and Urban Development will revise rules to allow federally funded programs to exclusively house women and children where permitted by law. Steps will also be taken to prevent sex offenders who receive homelessness assistance from being housed with unrelated children. Recipients of federal homelessness aid may be required to collect necessary health information from those they serve, share it with law enforcement when allowed by law, and use it to provide medical care or connect individuals to public health resources. This order does not change existing legal authorities or budgets. It will be carried out according to the law and available funding. The order does not create any enforceable rights or benefits. Publication costs will be covered by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Thanks for listening. The full source material for this summary is in the description below.